In the name of Almighty Allah, the Eternally Merciful and Specially Merciful, welcome back, dear students, to the 13th week lecture of first semester BC's department. I hope you are all doing well and you are safe and sound with your family members. Dear students, in previous lecture we talked about determiners, word order, class, types of classes. I hope you guys all understood about I hope you all understood on the last lecture, previous lecture. So today we will be studying sentence and types of sentence according to meaning. So you've got different kinds of sentence, according to meaning, according to formation, according to structure. So in this video we will be studying types of sentences according to meaning. That's good. So let's get started. So first we have sentence according to structure, so according to meaning. But before we start talking about sentence according to meaning, we have to know what is sentence, right? We should know what is sentence. We studied classes, dependent class, independent class. I hope you understood this. And then we talked about how dependent class go with independent class. Now let's study sentence. What is sentence? A sentence is a group of words containing subject and a verb. The sentence always has complete meaning. Remember, dear students, a group of words which has no subject, no verb is called phrase. A group of words which has subject and verb but usually gives complete meaning can be called a class. In a sentence, in a group of words which contain subject and verb and always give complete meaning is called a sentence. شما از این جمله چی را میگم؟ ما میگیم که اگر فاعل داشته باشه، مثلا گروه کلمات که درون فاعل باشه و فعل رو فریز میگن، عبارت میگن. دیگهش از کلاس قضیه که هم فاعل داره و هم فعل داره. گروه کلمات که هم فاعل داره هم فعل داره، او را ما شما چی میگیم؟ او را ما شما و معنای مکمل، یعنی معمولا معنای مکمل بده، او را ما شما قضیه میگیم. و دیگهش از group of words containing a subject and a verb. یک گروه کلمات که فعل و فاعل داشته باشه و همیشه فاعل و فعل داشته باشه و همیشه معنای مکمل بده، او را ما شما چی میگیم؟ Sentence. We call that sentence. So you say a group of words which has subject and a verb and always has complete meaning can be called what? Give complete meaning can be called sentence. And the definition we can say subject plus verb structure which is used to give complete meaning is called sentence. Subject plus verb structure which is used to give complete meaning is called sentence. فعل جمع فاعل جمع فعل ساختاری که ما استفاده میشه تا معنای مکمل بده عبارت از جمله است. That's another one. Or the other definition we can have is a word or group of words which is used to give complete sense is called sentence. یک کلمه یا گروه کلمات که استفاده میشه تا معنای مکمل بده او را ما شما جمله بگیم. So in a تعریف, the first definition is the comprehensive one and a very common definition. So I recommend you to learn the first definition. Sentence is a group of words containing a subject and a verb and always gives complete meaning. And the sentence always has complete meaning. There are three conditions. First, subject. Sentence should have subject. If a group of words which does not have a subject, we cannot call it a sentence, right? The second we have, that's number one, the second condition. The second condition is a sentence should have verb, right? A sentence should have word, a sentence should have verb. If a group of words which doesn't have a verb, we cannot call it a sentence. The third one is complete meaning. Complete meaning. Okay, if you see a group of words which which has subject and a verb but doesn't give complete meaning, we cannot call that a sentence. That might be a phrase, class, or something else, right? So we can say that there are these three conditions should be available in a group of words. If one of the condition is missing, we cannot call it a sentence. For example, We are here. You see this we is a subject and are is the to be verb. So it's a verb like we are here. So subject verb here. Complete meaning. It's a sentence. They are working. Again, the Y is missing here. Okay. They are working. They are working. They subject, working verb, main verb. Okay. So this is and gives complete meaning. He is an Afghan. He is an Afghan. His subject is verb and an Afghan is a complement. So it gives complete meaning. There are so many problems. You see there. So dummy subject are and verb, so many problem is a complement. So this is called what? A sentence, right? She's awesome. She is awesome. Again, the same formula. After this, we have a difference between sentence and a class. What is the difference between sentence and a class? How do we differentiate these two? Remember, we studied what is class. Class is a group of words which contain subject and a verb and usually gives complete meaning. That's called a class. See, a simple sentence can be a class. The first difference is a simple sentence can be a class, but a class cannot be sentence. Like one type of sentence, which is simple sentence, can be called a class. The other type of sentences cannot be called a class. It means that any kind of simple sentence is a class, but any kind of class cannot be a sentence. Like, for example, dependent clauses cannot be called sentence, while independent clauses can be. A sentence always has complete meaning. Remember this. A sentence always has complete meaning, and a clause usually has complete meaning. A clause may or may not have complete meaning. A clause is usually like dependent clause doesn't give complete meaning or doesn't have complete meaning, while independent clause does. A sentence can include more than one clause. Like there can be 3 or up to 4 clauses in one sentence, right? And a clause is a building brick. Building brick ما خشت ساختار میگیم یا خشت ساختمانی رو میگیم. So a clause is a building brick for a sentence. Like it's a basic. First we make a phrase, then we make a clause, and then we make a sentence. So that's why we say it's a building brick. قضیه که اساسات جمله است یک جمله هستم. Now examples. I cried a lot, sir. See, I cried a lot. من خیلی زود گریان کردم استاد. So here should be a comma should be used here. So sorry. I cried a lot, sir. A sentence and also a class, right? You see, it's a sentence and also a class. It's a simple sentence which can also be called a class. When I saw this is a class, dependent class, which cannot be called a sentence because it doesn't give complete meaning. If I were you, I would kill myself. These are two classes, dependent class and independent class, and 2 classes, 1 sentence, right? Now, this was the difference between these two. Now let's talk about components of sentence. How a sentence is made. The components of a sentence are, some students pronounce this component, which is a mispronunciation. Components of a sentence are subject, the doer of an action that tells you who or what the sentence is about. Sentence subject یک جمله که است قسمت های جمله ما میگیم. یک جمله 2 قسمت داره. یکیش از فاعل، دیگه‌ایش از predicate. اون ما باسا میخوانیم. یعنی subject و predicate است. Subject چیه؟ the doer of an action انجام دهنده یک عمل that tells you که به ما میگن یا به شما میگن who، کی or what و چی. جمله در مورد کی و چی است. یک قسمت جمله که با ما عمل انجام میده و ما میگه که جمله در مورد کی و چی است او را ما شما فاعل میگیم. For example, the subject is the noun or pronoun. And what can be subject of a sentence? Remember that. What can be subject? Where can subject be used? And why do you use subject? First, noun or pronoun can be subject. Subject is usually used before main verb in active sentences, before main verb, and passive sentences after main verb. That's different. Okay, and then why do we use subject to make base of a sentence? So we also define subject in this way. The subject is noun or pronoun which you usually use before main verb in order to make the base of a sentence. That can also be definition for the subject. And example, John moved the chair. You see John here is the subject. How do you know? Because the first thing, it's a noun. Second thing, before main verb. Third thing, makes the base of a sentence. Fourth thing is the doer of an action. Who does the action? John, right? So all the conditions are implemented, right? So now, move the chair. Move the chair. Who moved the chair? The sentence is about John. So John is a subject. How do you know? Because the sentence is about John. Next you say he moved the chair. Who moved the chair? He's a pronoun. It's used instead of John. We studied what's pronoun, so that's why I will not explain it here. Be predicate. The part that tells you something about the subject is a predicate. The part of sentence, apart from subject, the part of sentence that tells you about the subject is a predicate. So, exclude subject from the sentence, the remaining part or the left part is called a predicate, right? So, which tells you something about the subject. Subject tells you who or what the sentence is about, and predicate talks about the subject. It talks about what? It's talked about subject. Okay, so John moved the chair. See, John moved the chair. So John is the subject here. Move the chair talks about the subject. So a part of sentence which talks about subject is called predicate. Okay, so now let's talk about the types of sentences or sentence kinds according to meaning, according to structure, and according to formation. We will talk about according to meaning, according to structure and formation will be covered inshallah in upcoming lessons. So let's study according to meaning, sentence according to meaning. I hope you understood what a sentence. Now we'll talk about according to meaning. So in this video we will study declarative sentence. It's also called assertive sentence and statement, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, optative sentence. So these 5 sentences will be taught according to meaning. We also have wording sentence, emphatic sentence, aspheristic sentence according to meaning, but we will not be covering these 3 which are not included in our curriculum. We will be studying only these 5. Actually in our curriculum 4 types of sentences are included, while optative will be an extra kind. So I'll teach you that one as well. Let's move on. Declarative or assertive sentence. So first we have this declarative sentence. I told it's also called assertive sentence, right? A declarative sentence is used to state or assert something officially. It's a sentence which is used to state or assert something officially. A sentence which state or assert something officially is called what? Is called assertive sentence. I hope you understood this part. Declarative sentence ما جمله بیانیه میگیم. چی میگیم؟ جمله بیانیه. یک جمله که با ما بیان میکند. جمله که به ما چی میکنه؟ بیان میکنه. اینا ما شما statement هم گفته میتونیم. یه از کلمه declare گرفته شده. Declare means اظهار کردن، واضح کردن، ادعا کردن. So that's we can say یعنی که با ما یک چیز را واضح میکنه، یک چیز را بیان میکنه. That's why we call it declarative sentence. با این خاطر این را ما شما جمله بیانیه میگیم. Declarative sentence is used to state or assert something officially. جمله بیانیه که استفاده میشه تا به ما بیان کنه و همچنان assert یعنی نشان بدهد یا بگوید یک چیز را رسما، یعنی به اصطلاح ساده ما میگیم که جمله بیانیه یک جمله است که به ما یک موضوع را یا یک چیز رسما بیان میکنه. شما که جمله که دیدین اونجا شما این سوال نمیگید، جمله که دیدین که سوال بکنه، امر بکنه، کماند بده، او را ما شما declarative sentence نمیتونیم بگوییم، به خاطر که declarative sentence یک جمله است که فقط و فقط به ما بیان میکنه. It's a sentence which only states as something officially. It doesn't ask anything, it doesn't command imperatively. So it just tells you something, either in form of negative and in affirmative. یاد داشته باشین شاگردان عزیز که declarative sentence که statement هم گفتم میتونیم که در این دو شکل میآید با منفی و مثبت و منفی میآید. It can come in two forms first, negative and positive. So now the other definition we say is a sentence which is used to express opinion positively or negatively is called declarative sentence. قسمی که قبلا هم یادداری کردم که یک جمله ای که با دو حالت میآید، مثبت و منفی. یک جمله ای که با ما یک موضوع را در حالت مثبت و منفی بیان میکنه او را ما شما declarative sentence یا بیان جمله میگیم. I hope you understood this definition. It's up to you whether you want to learn that one or this one. Examples. You see, Karzai is ineligible. Okay, example, you see, Karzai is an eligible candidate to preside the country. So Karzai, this sentence doesn't ask us anything, you know, and neither it commands us something. So we say that a sentence which states as something officially we call that declarative sentence. In the میگه Karzai is an eligible ما شما میگیم که واجد شرایط یا قابل انتخاب. Karzai is an eligible candidate. Karzai کس واجد شرایط و یا قابل انتخاب کاندید است برای چی؟ To preside the country. The word preside ما میگیم که ریاست کردن بر یا اداره کردن. Right? شما میگیم که Karzai is an eligible president to preside the country. Karzai که از یک رئیس جمهور قابل انتخاب است. Karzai که از یک کاندید قابل انتخاب است یا واجد شرایط است تا ریاست کشور را پیش ببرد یعنی ریاست کند. So this is what we call it a statement. Okay, next we have another example. Washington is the capital of America. یک جمله که از ما نه سوال میکنه نه از ما امر میکنه. So یک بیان میکنه، جمله که ما بیان میکنه او را ما شما declarative sentence میگیم. America cooperated Afghanistan $30 billion. امریکا که از همراه افغانستان $30 billion کمک کرد. So this sentence doesn't ask us anything. This sentence just explains us something. It declares us something officially. Therefore, we call it a declarative sentence. Good. So we can't leave the class until we have formal holidays. So we can't leave the class until we have formal holiday. This is also a statement in negative form. I told you it explains something negatively and positively. So it's also an imperative sentence, right? No, it's not an imperative sentence. It's a declarative sentence. That's when the sun rises. زمان است که آفتاب طلوع میکند. So you see that's when the sun rises. Now this sentence, it's a sentence. It just states something. So it's called declarative sentence. It's already light outside. It's already light outside. It's also a declarative sentence because it declares something. So this was all about declarative sentence. Next we have is an interrogative sentence. What do we have? We have an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence is used to ask questions. Remember that. Interrogative sentence is used to ask what? Interrogative sentence is used to ask question. So the word interrogative is taken from the word interrogate. Interrogate means to inquire, to investigate, to detect something, or to ask question in simple word. So interrogate interrogative sentence ما جمله سوالیه میگیم. شاگردان عزیز جمله سوالیه یعنی جمله که از ما سوال میکنن. Interrogative از کلمه interrogative از کلمه interrogate گرفته شده. Interrogate means یک چیز را واضح کردن. No. Interrogate means یک چیز را سوال کردن یعنی پرسش کردن یا تحقیق کردن یا از کسی سوال میکنی مثل به طور تحقیق او را ما شما interrogate میگیم. مترادفش از investigate ask یا inquire اینی هستن. Okay. This interrogative sentence may ask for information or confirmation. این question شاید برای معلومات بکند و یا برای تصدیق بکنه. ما اصلا دو قسم questions داریم. یکیش هم میگیم WH question که ما شما قبلی خواندیم و دیگهش که است yes no questions است. Yes no question. WH question که است they are used to ask for information. WH question که است برای معلومات سوال میکنه. And yes no questions ask for confirmation. مثلا what is your name? My name is Ali. Are you Ali? Yes I am. So here if I say my name is Ali, so I'm giving information. If I say are you Ali, so I'm confirming yes I am. So yes no questions are used for confirmation and WH questions are used for information. So the WH question starts with a question word and ends with a question mark. Question words are auxiliary verbs and also WH words. So all auxiliary verbs, along with WH words forms what? Forms a question. It starts with the auxiliary or WH word and ends with a question mark. This sign is called question mark. This sign. ایرش question mark میگن. Okay? خب یک تشریح مختصر در این میگم. Interrogative sentence جمله با سواله میگیم. یک جمله است که به ما سوال میکنه. Information یا confirmation میدهد. برای معلومات و تصدیق سوال میکنه که با question word یعنی auxiliary verb شروع میشه و با question mark خلاص میشه. Okay? Like افتتاحش بس question word است و اختتامش با question mark است. این میاد آمده question mark میگه. For example, what do you want to be in the future? So see, it's asked for information. You can say I want to be a good doctor, I want to be a good engineer, I want to be a programmer, I want to be a network software engineer or something like that. If I'm whatever your dream is. So it asks for information, not for confirmation. Have you ever been to America? Okay, this one now asks for confirmation, so you have to confirm it. If you have been to America, you should say yes, I have. If you haven't been to America, then you should say no, I haven't. You confirm something. The second sentence asks for the confirmation. I'm a very intelligent man, aren't I? So look, this sentence, this is also an interrogative sentence. We call this tag question or tag end. It has tag question or tag ending. It's an information question. No, it's a yes/no question. Okay, it's called short yes/no questions. It is usually asked for agreement and confirmation. So mostly it is used for agreement. For example, I'm a very intelligent man, aren't I? ما یک شخص بسیار لایق هستم آیا نیستم؟ این tag questions میگن شاگردان عزیز که برای موافقه یعنی agreement زیاد استفاده میشه. Okay? I hope you understood this part. Now, after that we have an imperative sentence. What is imperative sentence? جمله امریه میگیم. از مثل معلوم است که imperative sentence شد خود امر میکنه. یک جمله است که امر میکنه. Sentence which order something. See this. An imperative sentence is a sentence which expresses. یک جمله است که واضح میکنه یا تشریح میکنه. Command, امر, request, پیشنهاد, suggestion و البته request درخواست, suggestion پیشنهاد و direction راهنما. جمله که به ما حکم، درخواست، پیشنهاد و راهنما را نشان میدهد، این را ما شما imperative sentence میگیم. جمله امریه. imperative sentence چی مانو؟ جمله امریه. اوکی، امریه جمله. امریه جمله فکر میکنم در پشتو میگه. Okay. Now, example. Sit down. You tell a person, به یک شخص میگی که بشی، امر میکنی. Right? Then you have shut the door. دروازه را بند کنین. باز هم امر شد. It's imperative sentence. Do it. بکنیش. انجام بده. Would you get me a chair? یک چوکه آورده میتونی؟ What if you come too early to class? اینجا یک پیشنهاد میکنه. چی میشه که صرف وقت بیاییم؟ Let's go get something to eat. اینجا درخواست میکنه. البته جمله اول البته what اینجا درخواست کرد اینجا پیشنهاد میکنم let's get something to eat برای چیزی برای خوردن بگیریم. read the passage carefully این راهنما را بسیار با احتیاط بخوان. so direction چی میکنه برایش یک راهنما میکنه. Now these are the sentences. These are called imperative sentence. Imperative sentences. So imperative sentences are used in simple tense, simple present tense. Imperative sentence case in the حال ساده زمان استفاده میشن. Okay. Command. حالا اینجا گفتم که چند چیزا نشان میده. اول command، دوم request، suggestion، direction. آره command چی رو میگه، request چی رو میگه، suggestion چی رو میگه، direction هر کدامش رو جداگانه میخوانیم. Command. A command and we give orders. Command may end with a full stop or exclamation mark. Command که است میگه حکم که است دیگه که ما یک فرمایش میدهیم امر میکنیم که این امکان داره با full stop یعنی با نقطه خلاص شوه با exclamation mark با علامه ندایه که این است خلاص شود. Okay? You see this. Don't smoke in the class. دستم سیگرت نکش. یک حکم است command است. Stop there. همونجا ساده شد. Stop there. یک چه قسم میزنن. So sound is exclaim. So we use exclamation mark. Close the door. Again. Bring me a glass of water. Command us. Tell me the truth. Do not come late. So these are all commands. If it's a strong command, or if it's a strong command, then we use exclamation mark at the end. If it is just kind of order type of command, then we just use full stop. Okay. If it's like mild command, then we use a full stop. If it is a strong command, somebody is commanding you really pretty strongly, then you have to put an exclamation mark at the end. Good. Request we have is the other thing is let's skip request. یک جمله است که در ما درخواست میکنیم از شخصی. Suggestion means is used to give advice. Here are some of the ways in which suggestions are made. Suggestion case در این کیس ما با یک شخص پیشنهاد میکنیم. البته برای نصیحت استفاده میشه که با یک شخص نصیحت میکنیم یا بر اونها advice میدهیم. So we use this one. For example, you should help the poor people. شما تو باید به همراه مردم غریب کمک کنیم. Why don't we go somewhere for swimming? چرا ما با یک جای چکر یا با چی میگن با آبازی نمیریم. Right? You must apply for a job. Suggestion. Let's play cricket. Suggestion. You had better consult physicians. So اینا کلش suggestions است که از اینها فقط این یک imperative sentence است. دیگه کلش suggestion خواستن imperative sentence اینی است. اینها را هم ما imperative sentence گفته میتونیم ولی this one is clearly said. Direction is used to guide someone. Direction که استفاده میشه که ما با یک شخص راهنما کنیم. For example, turn right. به دست راست دور بخور. Go straight. مستقیم برو. Read the following passage. Apply this function firstly. This was directions. یک نوت است an imperative sentence has understood subject. ما در تعریف سنتنس گفته بودیم که سنتنس سابجکت داره اما در این جملات که شما میبینین سابجکت نیست like turn right که تو معلوم میشه که سابجکت نیست که ذکر نشده است این معنی است که سابجکت نیست there is subject. یا داشته باشین که imperative sentence جمله امریه همیشه یک سابجکت داره که او را ما شما understood subject یا فاعل شناخته شده میگیم. you همه imperative sentence subject you داره. okay they are all imperative sentences they have you subject. It's understood so therefore we don't mention it. یکی از شناخته شده است بنابراین این را ما شما ذکر نمی کنیم. اصلا این جمله قسمی است خود اینه این قسمی you turn right یا این قسمی است. وقتی که یک شخص به تو متوجه باشه باز فایل ذکر نمی کنیم. right you go straight you turn right go straight you read the following passage apply this function firstly. all of them is used. این چیزها را استفاده کرده میتونیم. okay Now, bring me a glass of water. اصلا جمله قسمی است that you bring me a glass of water, right? یکی شناخته شده است so therefore we do not use it. The next we have exclamatory sentence. دیگهش که داریم ما شما او exclamatory sentence است. Exclamatory sentence is used to show strong or sudden feeling and it ends with the exclamation mark. Exclamatory sentence که است it shows که به ما نشان میده. البته این کلمه exclamatory که است از کلمه exclaim گرفته شده. exclaim معنیش که صدای خود بلند کردن یا مثل چه قوار یک جمله را خواندن. جمله ندایه ما شما میگیم exclamatory sentence جمله ندایه. Exclamatory sentence is used to show strong or sudden feelings. Exclamatory sentence استفاده میشه که ما نشان بده قوی و ناگهان احساسات را and it ends with exclamation mark و یکی است با exclamation mark که این علامه ندایه خلاص میشه. این نمیگن علامه ندایه. Now this is called ندایه, right? علامه ندایه. You can see this. جمله که به ما ناگهان احساس را نشان میده و ما exclamation mark میگیم. و یا a sentence which is used to express sudden surprise, feeling or emotion. جمله که استفاده میشه به ما اظهار کنه یا نشان بدهد ناگهان سرپرایز ها را، فیلینگ احساسات را و همچنان جذبه را. وقتی که جذبه را نشان میده جمله تعجب را نشان میده فیلینگ احساسات را نشان میده و ما شما imperative sentence نه بلکه exclamatory sentence میگیم. For example, may Allah grant every Afghan a kind heart. Aslan, it is the optative sentence as the, so it's like skip it. What a shame. Chiak sharam. It's a what? It expresses of our feeling. How lovely. Chaka maqbul. No. Wow. What? Shit. Yes. How beautifully you're right. Now these all sentences are exclamatory sentence. Why do we call them exclamatory? Because they show us surprises, feelings. Or for example, you say, wow, what a game. Hey, for example, you say, hey, Ahmad. Like it's a imperative sentence. It's a exclamatory sentence. For example, you say, wow, it looks great. It's also an exclamatory sentence because it expresses our feelings. So a sentence which expresses our feeling is called exclamatory sentence. Remember this, dear students, and try to bear this in your mind. For example, we say to a person, how lovely you walk, or wow, she is talking stylishly, how stylish she is. So this is all these are all exclamatory sentences. I hope you understood this part. Now let's move on to the optative sentence. Optative sentence now what is optative sentence? What is optative sentence and optative sentence کدام قسم جمله را میگیم شاگردان عزیز. So optative sentence okay, so optative sentence, like it expresses desires or wish, it having a verb that expresses a wish, right? So we also call that optative mood of a person when he or she is ready to explain something. So optative ما میگیم که جمله آرزویی یا جمله تمنایی یا جمله که وابسته به طلب و تمنا باشه او را ما شما میگیم optative sentence. جمله آرزویی یا جمله تمنایی. البته این جمله اسمش نیست، ما مفهومش از خود گرفتم براتون. So جمله که a sentence which is used to show our wishes and imprecations in prayer. جمله که it is sentence which is used to show our wishes, implication, prayer. جمله که به ما احساسات ما را، بددعایی ما را و دعای ما را نشان میده. و ما شما چی میگیم؟ imperative optative اینجا ما چیز دیگه گفتم فکر میکنم. خواهشات ما را، آرزوهای ما را نشان میده. جمله که آرزوهای ما را نشان میده، جمله که بددعای ما را نشان میده، جمله که دعای ما را نشان میده او را ما شما optative sentence میگیم. A sentence that shows wish is called obtative sentence. یک جمله که آرزو را نشان میدهد، آرزویی که شما میشناسین او را نه، یک تمنا را نشان، او تمنا مون شده. جمله که a sentence that shows wish، جمله که به ما آرزو و تمنا را نشان میدهد، یعنی جمله که اظهار دهنده یا اظهار کننده آرزو و تمنا باشد، او را ما شما obtative sentence جمله طلب و تمنا میگیم. Right? Example. یک تمنا اینجا میکنی if I had wings I would fly. اگر من بال داشته می بودم عالی ما پرواز میکردم. می یک wish است. It's a wish, right? That a person is making. May Allah grant your wish. خداوند آرزویت را برآورده کند یا خداوند آرزویت را پورا کند به اصطلاح ساده. So now this is a prayer. یک نوع دعا است. Right? Wish you a speedy recovery. شفای عاجل باشه. So now this is also a prayer. Right? Now would to Allah I was a president. اگر خواست خدا باشه من جمهور میشم یا جمهور میشم یا میشم. So now this is also an imperative sentence. Imperative sentence? No, optative sentence. May you have long life. زنده باشی. May you have long life. زنده باشی یا زندگی سرت باشه البته. So this is also prayer. این هم یک prayer است. May Allah bless you. خداوند تو را ببخشه. So it's a prayer. Curse upon devil. لعنت سر شیطان باشه. این که از بددعا است. May Allah save you from devil eyes. یا evil eyes. چشم بد دور. May Allah save you from evil eyes. چشم بد دور. It's an imprecation. No, it's a prayer. یک prayer است. Okay? یا با کسی میگی خدا تو را بکشه. خدا را خواسته شما با دعا میکنین ببین که اون با دعاهای شما را خما میفهمم. اختراع میکنین در وقتی که با دعا بیاید. So wishes we call that, for example, may you die soon, or you know, may you something like that, imprecation رو میگن بعد دعا رو میگن. ساده ما میگیم که جمله که با ما بعد دعا رو نشان میده او را ما شما imperative نه بلکه optative sentence میگیم. جمله طلب و تمنا یا جمله که وابسته طلب و تمنا باشه. So dear students, this was our today's lecture. شاگردان عزیز این بود درس امروزی ما شما. So if you have any question and suggestion regarding today's lesson, you guys are most welcome to put your question on your WhatsApp groups. Inshallah, I'll try my best to get your questions answered. So these were the topics that we covered today in topic بود که ما شما امروز خواندیم. برای تمرین you have to go to the book and then practice there. Find the sentence types and practice. Inshallah, our next lecture is a bit different, which is going to be the last lecture, maybe second last lecture, which is an introduction to active and passive. We will talk about active and passive, inshallah, in upcoming class. If you have any question and suggestion regarding today's lesson, you guys are still most welcome. Stay safe and stay happy, stay blessed. May Allah bless you.